Hello everybody, my name is Robin0928. I review it so that you don't have to. And welcome to My Little Robin Reviewing His Magic.
Three years. 1,095 days since I first started My Little Robin Reviewing His Magic. Over 51 episodes of the show under my belt. And still, it's the same moron that started it all. Hello, everybody. My name is Robin0928, and welcome back to My Little Robin Reviewing His Magic. And in this episode, I'm going back to Season 3 to take a look at Wonderbolt Academy.
Mr. Robin, you can't be serious.
What? I never did it in the original run of Season 3 episode, so I might as well go back to it for the anniversary.
You know the fans don't want you to do Wonderbolt Academy.
I don't want to do the Stereotype episode.
You've been teasing it for 2 years, and everyone wants you to review it.
Do I have to?
Come on, Robin, old boy. We talked about this. How can you expect to get anywhere if you don't do any work?
Hey, Robin.
Do the bloody review.
If you build it, they will come, etc., etc. So get in there and make them laugh.
Robin, dear Robin, you said you were going to go back to Season 3. This is part of Season 3. So you're gonna do it.
Yes, Robin, you have to do it. You've been having your viewers waiting for too long. The longer you keep postponing this, the more aggravated your viewers are gonna get. So get off your butt and just get... You wanna be someone? Be someone! And invite me to the cool parties when you make it.
Hey, Robin! Robin, hey! You should review Apple Family Reunion.
Okay, time out for a second, Robin. Why does Anthony C keep popping up all over the place?
Do it!
Fine. My name is Robin0928, and in the 3rd anniversary of My Little Robin Reviewing His Magic, I'm going to take a look at the good, the bad, and what I think overall in Apple Family Reunion.
Well, this episode, while not one of my favorites, still has a lot of good moments. Firstly, I absolutely love the moral in this episode. It touches on one of the better aspects of AJ's character, her love of family. This episode has so much heart in its moral, and it is incredibly well presented. Speaking of presentation, this episode had a fantastic one. From the new puppets made for the Apples and baby AJ, this episode had some great character design. The music in this episode is also pretty phenomenal. Not just the song near the end of the episode, but also the underlying score for this episode has very upbeat country feel. While I've said before I don't care for country music, this is one of the best examples of country music that I do appreciate. The song fits into the moral of family, so it works in the episode. To bring it back to that moral, I have a fairly large family both on and off screen, and this episode is relatable to me due to the fact that the events have actually happened to me in the past. Not to get too personal, but some of my family can overplan family reunions and become what we call Julie the cruise director. And Applejack in this episode does fit the cruise director mentality, even though she seems less like a cruise director and more like...
Raise this barn, 1, 2, 3, 4. Together we can raise this barn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your brushes, young and old. Together painted bright and bold. Turn them around quick by the left elbow. Grab a new partner, here we go. We raise this barn, we raise this barn. Yes, we did. Together we sure raise this barn. Yes, we did. Being together counts the most. We all came here from coast to coast.
What the f-
Yay!
That wasn't what I was thinking at all. I don't even know why we'd go there. Messed up, dude. Either way, despite the positives in this episode, we do have to look at the few nitpicks and negative points I can talk about. Well, let's start with some...
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yeah, that. I've had this one on my slate for a long time, but how the hell was the Apple Family Reunion set up? This episode says 100 moons, but this can mean two things with two varying contexts. Number one, this can mean 100 nights, or 101 days between reunions. This places at least 3 reunions of the Apple family per year. Listen, I try to stay close to my family, but for the love of Canadian, this is a bit excessive on the meeting up. Now, 100 moons could also mean 100 moon cycles, which would equate to a reunion about every 8 years. This puts a strain on official reunions, but would make make more sense in the planning phase. However, knowing about the slight timeline with Season 4's opening, we know that a year has passed between the first episode, which contained a reunion, and the Season 4 premiere. The only possibility is that they do them every 4 months or so, which makes even less sense than before, except for one simple fact. I have given up caring about the MLP timeline. Doesn't make any sense. And the writers have just been arbitrarily sticking in dates to make us fans and analysts guessing. So I think it's all time. We need to band together and shut the up about the timeline. And then we can
make America great again.
Not what I was thinking, but sure thing, Trump. Let's make America great again and not talk about this stupid timeline. Other than the fact that the timeline is ridiculous in the entire show, I also have a problem with the lead in this episode. Oh, not the lesson she learns about family. Hell no, I love that moral. But for the majority of the episode, it felt like she was going towards a different lesson. I thought when I first saw this episode that she'd learn a message about overstretching her boundaries, which she had learned all the way back in Season 1. Luckily, we got a much different moral, but it sometimes felt a little bit half-baked. This episode was also one that helped form my perception of Apple's stereotype. And while I feel she has moved on from the stereotype-laden persona I gave her, that doesn't still help her in this episode. She's just as annoying and southern as she's ever been before. And no, I did not find the baby AJ ever really helped my perception of her. Yes, it was cute, but it never helped me to love her character or see her as more than a collection of southern colloquialisms that I try to fight every day by doing this show. While it seems that I have a lot of problems with this episode, I really don't. The problem that I have is more just me nitpicking and a personal beef I have with poor characterization. This episode's moral, music, animation, and general story were enough to make me enjoy this classic from Season 3. Do I like it as much now as I did then? Well, I was never a huge fan of it back then. But I do appreciate it now in that nostalgic sense to a more simple time in MLP. My only real problems came from timeline issues and characterization. Not that MLP has gotten worse, far from it. But as time goes along, looking back at Season 3's episodes and seeing where I started can help me to appreciate the simplistic times, you know, before everything got crazy. And just maybe, that's what this moral can do to an old fan looking back.
What's going on?
Intrusion in the living room, code red alpha.
Lock down the apartment, nothing in or out. Oh. Hello, I'm Robin0928. I take a look at the good, the bad, and what I think overall. If you would, please return to your universe, planet, or timeline of origin. I really don't want to deal with anything today.
Oh. That's just it. I'm here to talk to you and that feeble little team of yours. Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Robin0928, and I used to take a look at the good, the bad, and what I thought overall, but then just got sick of it. Oh look! Another thing that shows up in my living room that has the same face as me. How original! Don't you get it? You try time and time again to be some grand hero, but it never works, does it? Every time things go our way, it all seems to crash down around us. Everything goes to hell for us because that's what we decided to do to ourselves. We decided we'd be there to save the world. That we'd help everyone when they need it. That we were going to protect our miserable universe. Well, I wanted out. So, another Rift Tyrant. Again I say, how original. Look at you. You're pathetic. You think you always have to be the guy on the side of good, but it makes you weak. You think I never thought about giving up? Think I never thought that maybe the world would be safer if I just took over? Think that thought never crossed through my head? If you really think that, you and I aren't the same person. See, there's something that keeps me from becoming you. I never had to be alone when I had to make those choices. I've had friends who kept me on the right path. 3 years in and you think I'm weak? Over 60 reviews under my belt and you think me a coward? Buddy, you've messed with the wrong person. It's Morphin' time! Nice parlor trick, kid. I've got some of my...
Oh, what's wrong? You didn't think I could do those same moves? Well, if you're a super Robin, I guess that makes me the anti-Robin.
Concerned about the motorcycle helmet. I mean, I can't even see your face. I mean, if somebody else was under there, we could both theoretically be in the same shot.
Was that supposed to be meta humor?
I like getting my kicks
wasn't even a pun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget the punchline? Let me just deliver it to you. How do you block that?
I've done some quick analysis. He's adapting to your style. Switch your powers periodically.
What does he mean by switch pow? Oh. Aww. I wanted the cool green one.
Alright, found several weaknesses in his armor. Switch it up and hit it where it hurts.
Out of power cards.
You should have a few extra.
I haven't used any of these before. No one will even recognize them.
It's a Mega Force parody. There's always a simple explanation for everything.
Alright. Morphin time. I love this suit.
Seriously? A sword? I have a gun. What are you going to do?
Seem to be getting the point of this encounter.
Ugh, that was stupid. You're just playing dress up. How about you fight me?
Well, I don't think that you fully appreciate the theatrics that go into my wardrobe. And no, this does not make me green. Oh.
12 seconds later.
Just face it, kid. You're nothing without your little powers.
Maybe I should just get better. It's morphin' time!
Didn't you start with that one?
Yeah, I started off with this one.
Yeah, I thought the whole getting better thing, you know, that, I don't know, you have some kind of big last trick up your sleeve.
What, you really think I'd have the budget to do some big, flashy finishing move? Get out of here. I've just been holding you in place for about a minute while my AI stuffed inside of a whiteboard and plushie version try to figure out how to defeat you.
What's happening to me?
Apparently they've been tracking your home universe and they're about to pull a lever on a cardboard box to send you back to where you came from. You've been stuck there for 30 seconds now? Alright, that's fine. I'll be back, Robin 0928! I'll be back, you hear me? I'll be back! You boys ready?
Locked and ready for teleport on your command, Mr. Robin.
Oh, one more thing. And with that, my name is Robin0928. Thank you guys for 3 years of My Little Robin reviewing his magic, and I will see you guys next time.
I'm here, Mr. Robin, I'm here! Oh. It seems everyone's gone home. Alright, okay.
Hey, Robin. Want to come watch the new Steven Bomb with me? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
I live here. Where the hell are you anyway?
Oh, right, you do live here. Well, it's a very complicated backstory, but I only like telling it about 30 to 45 second intervals at the end of videos. I hope you understand.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave then. I'll be back at, at some point in the future. I don't know. Nobody knows when I show up back here.